am fed up with my toxic mother-in-law, so I confronted her on Christmas.
Just because it's Jesus' birthday doesn't mean we can't do a little confrontation.
It's exactly what it sounds like. They pushed me and I lost my crap. She celebrates on Christmas Eve, and I haven't really spoken to anyone in my husband's family about it for 5 months. By the way, this comes from Aggressive Nice Girl, and if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OK Storytime subreddit. His grandmother passed away in June, and we had to deal with them for services, etc. Before that, I hadn't talked to them in 4 years. When my father passed away in 2020, they couldn't be bothered to reach out, but tried to guilt my husband into checking on his brother because he was so sick from the vid. After that, and a barrage of texts telling me that I was the reason the whole family wasn't close anymore, 26 years together, by the way, I was done. But alas, Grandma passed and my husband loved her more than anything. His grandma was more of a mother to my husband than mother-in-law ever was. Mother-in-law made the service an entire spectacle. She acted like she hadn't thrown her mother into a home and left her there to rot. She acted like we were this huge happy family and started trying to plan birthdays together, holidays together, etc. I was polite and smiled and did my best to help with anything and just stay busy. She tried inviting herself to my adult son's birthday lunch. He didn't want her there either. Our son calls them the holiday family, but he's more neutral and tells me to chill and let it go. Holiday family's brutal. She did exactly what I said she would and tried using this as a way to bring my husband back into her life and make him a little holiday card family puppet like her other children. They all three do whatever she wants and never miss a holiday picture. They cannot fathom that my husband is married and has his own nuclear family with our own traditions. In October, I had enough of his brother randomly approaching us in public after he had been told to stay away from me. If I have to see him at a family thing, that's fine, but leave me alone. He actually was at a restaurant we were and decided to pay for our dinner. I was livid. This guy called me terrible things because he thought my husband didn't go to a family barbecue because of me. He is not allowed to speak to me, but pays for my dinner? No, thank you. I sent a text in the group chat and told him to stop, to leave me alone and not speak to me unless spoken to, and that I wanted nothing to do with him. He can have a relationship with his brother and leave me out of it. I'm a monster again, and it has been blessedly quiet for 2 months. Thanksgiving, she asked my husband for us all to go to her house. No thanks, babe, but you go ahead and stop by and see your family. He didn't. And we had dinner at our house with my son and his girlfriend in our pajamas watching Deadpool like we usually do. She texted him that he was the only one missing at her table. Now, this woman cannot cook. She store-bought all of it just for show, and never has she ever been a matriarch that hosts a big family event like that. I used to cook and invite them, but now I no longer do. Christmas, she wanted him there. I told him to go to her Christmas Eve thing for a bit. My mom's in town and I'll be fine. He declined. We went to dinner with my mom, sister, and son. Then I came home and drank wine and watched White Christmas, quiet and calm. He texts mother-in-law on Christmas Day to say Merry Christmas. No response all day. From her or any of the siblings. And after about 3 glasses of wine, I text her that it was crappy she couldn't even respond to her son. She responded that he didn't show up for her event, and so she was done letting us hurt her and make her look stupid. He never said he was going, by the way. There was back and forth, and when she texted me that I needed to remember where I came from and that they accepted me in spite of it, I lost my crap.
Oh, boy.
I told her that I know where I came from and that she should remember and watch her old booty mouth, or I would watch it for her. I told her that I have no idea how my husband is so great when he came from her effed up family. I know I crossed a line there. And I feel bad because it puts my husband in a bad position, but also feel validated in her family saying that they look down on me for my upbringing and childhood. But my husband and I have made our own way in life with no help from anyone. We own multiple properties, work hard, and have raised an amazing a-hole of a kid. Okay.
Hey, at least she's being honest.
I know the fallout from this kind of threat will be big. I'm prepared for that. Hell, I am mean, but I feel like a grade A booty hole for putting my husband in this position. Husband said that he's not mad, but just didn't think it needed to be on Christmas. Because he's great, and I'm an evil villain who can't keep a mouth shut. That is all. We do have some comments here. Riley, what are you thinking?
I don't really see where our good OP is coming from, if that makes sense. I understand that she's been fed up and this has been happening over who knows how long. Why are we poking the bear on Christmas? You like to be calm. Did you feel bored? Did you want to get something off your chest?
She had 3 glasses of wine. She's like, you know what? You're being extra mean to my husband.
I don't know.
Riley, it's the season of giving. So she's giving stress.
It freaking sounds like it.
I mean,
yeah.
Being like, you need to remember your place. Being like,
that's wild. That is wild to say.
Oh, you mean the place how I'm your your son's wife?
Yeah.
That place? The place where your son married me because I'm so cool? And you suck?
I don't know. I'm just not a fan of where Katrina Rain, she threatened to fight her husband's mom regardless of where the F you from. That's out of pocket. That is a very out of pocket.
Comment number 1.
I just remembered a very sad, tragic tale.
Oh, what is it?
I remember when a young Samuel Donner, he wanted to join the cool kids, but instead of labeling you as one of the cool kids,
They called me Salad Boy because I ate nothing but salads. Could not trade my lunch for a lunch. Really anything.
You know what community will always welcome you with open arms, Sam?
And make you feel like a cool kid?
The great people who have OK Storytime memberships.
Oh, I heard that's 60 plus hours of members only content Monday, Wednesday, Fridays.
You heard right, Sam, and it's only $5 a month.
So go to the link in our description, youtube.com/OKOP show/join. Now back to the story.
Chomp, chomp.
Honestly, people have gotten way too comfortable with being disrespectful. They either hide behind a computer screen and say things anonymously that would get their booty rocked if they said it in person, or like your mother-in-law counts on the fact that it might cause problems in your relationship if you came back at her as hard as she comes for you. Unfortunately for her, you're the human equivalent of the find out in the F around and find out. OP replied, absolutely. My husband and I talked today and he's meeting her tomorrow to deal with what she said and let her know that she is completely wrong. He always tries to be nice, but he had enough. He was number 1, and there is an update. He went to meet her, and she immediately tried to boo-hoo and ask why I hate her so much and won't let him have holidays with his family. He shut that down and told her that he is a grown man, and it's offensive that she continues to say that I control him and he can't make his own decisions. He told her that it was his choice not to go and that he never committed to it or even asked me if I wanted to go. He said it was him that chooses not to go over on holidays because he has his own family and home that he prefers. He also told her that she was out of line with what she said to me and that in turn, I was out of line with her, that she needed to leave me alone in the future, and that if he wants to have a relationship with her, that it was up to him and not his wife. She continued to keep saying that she doesn't even remember why we didn't talk for 4 years, but that after her mother passed away, she thought we were letting bygones be bygones. He told her that no, that I was civil for his sake, but that I didn't want a relationship with her when she couldn't even be bothered to apologize to me. And how could we just move forward with no acknowledgement of the way they spoke to me and treated me? How could she think that I would ever go to her home when they let me know how they feel about me? Not gonna happen. Husband was firm that she is to leave me alone and reach out to only him in the future. The best part is that the gifts that she went out of her way to get us was a bottle of whiskey for my husband who doesn't drink and a clearly re-gifted cheap bottle of wine for me. I was upset that he brought the wine home as I told him not to bring me anything from her, and he said it was for both of us. Sure. He just didn't want to twist the knife anymore. I'll give him that one because I know it's already a hard thing for him to deal with his mother. I just chucked it in the trash and didn't think of it again. And by the way, don't chuck us in the trash. Yeah, and you can think of us for 47 consecutive days, in fact. All you need to do is listen to full episodes with stories like this on your podcast platform of choice, be it Spotify or Apple Podcasts or wherever you get podcasts from. Just search OK Storytime. I dare you. It's been blissfully quiet in my house, but I did hear that she unleashed her crazy entitlement on one of his cousins. And that did give me a chuckle when my cousin called me to vent. Not sure how to move forward from this. I know it bothers my husband that I don't want to be around his family, but the cat is out of the bag, and she outright acknowledged that she thinks I'm beneath them.
Ooh.
I'm just so tired of the anger that I have for them. I would like to find a way, but I don't think I can ever look at her or his siblings and not remember how they treated me and the vile things said to me. And now I'm rambling. Here's to a quiet and peaceful coming year. Well, that is the end of that story.